Hello everybody and welcome to the Null Zone. I'm sorry about the sound quality. Obviously I'm not using the mic because it doesn't work properly on this Chromebook, unfortunately. So for now, for a few streams anyway, I'm going to just go with this until I figure out something. So there you go. But welcome. It's Wednesday evening. Just in case you were expecting PD and Queen Charlotte. Queen Charlotte is busy. Her sister's wedding, as you all know, and they're still doing bits and pieces for that. And PD is busy with work, so I want to wish the two of them the best, and we will see them next week, of course. Of course, it is a new month, so you know what that means, folks. It means 10 free memberships from YouTube. So what I will do is I'm going to drop 5 right now, and then drop 5 at the end, just before the end of the stream. Also, just to say, the movie zone is tomorrow, of course, for members. We are doing Brewster's Millions, so I haven't forgotten. So Brewster's Millions, if you're a member or you become a new member after today's stream, please join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. for Brewster's Millions, John Candy and Richard Pryor movie, of course. So that's what we'll be doing. So we're here to talk about, obviously, a new trailer dropped, which I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to wait until Friday when I have my panelists Brendan and Cinnamon Toast Crunch on. But I'm going to just talk about the titles, because we have received the name of the episode titles. They say Doctor Who Season 1, so it definitely is Disney Plus. Now, whether that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, we will have to find out, won't we? And we got the time scales who I stream with on the Sensesphere in the chat. It's nice to see you. Love streaming with you. Actually, while you're here, I'll just ask you. I'm not obviously, if you can't, it's absolutely fine. But if you want to come on and discuss these titles with me, you're more than welcome to actually come on. I've got this article here that I'm going to read as well, which is part of the title. So if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on. I'll put the link in the chat there, and you can join me if you want. It's up to yourself. I'll just put the offer out there as you're in the chat anyway. If not, thanks for coming in and listening to what I have to say. Hopefully I could be a bit what will I say, balanced on this topic. But here we go. So we might as well get into this. So the first episode of the new era of Doctor Who is going to be called Space Babies. And it's written by Russell T. Davies, and it's directed by Julie Ann Robinson. Now, it could mean that obviously there's going to be babies in it, right? And we covered a stream where we were told that the BBC were looking for babies, diverse babies is what we were told. And I reckon it was for this, now that you put two and two together. I'm driving right now and listening on audio, but thank you. No problem, time scales, and it does be a pleasure streaming with you, mate. I do love your opinions, because obviously we don't always have the same opinion. Of course, if you missed the stream yesterday on the Sense Sphere, we were talking about Rose, RTD's first episode, and it was almost unanimous on the panel that it was a good start to Doctor Who. Some of us obviously thought it was a great start to Doctor Who for what it did, and you know, I'll stick by that. It's one of me, as you know, I always go back to that episode, folks. You know, it's an episode that I hold very dear to my heart, I have to say. I love it. But anyway, Space Babies, right? The only reason why I have a little bit of contention with that is because, you know, RTD has come out to say that this iteration of Doctor Who isn't for children, but there's going to be kids in it, and there just seems to be a bit of mixed signals going down here. Now, as I said, I'm not going to talk about the trailer because I think you already know what I'm going to say about the trailer. And I will obviously, as I said, we're going to cover it on Friday with Brendan and Cinnamon Toast anyway. So I'll give my opinion on it then. But I'm not impressed is what I'm going to say. I mean, I did prefer the first trailer, got to be honest, even though I still think that didn't give us very much. But look, for another time. So the second episode is obviously going to star Jinx Monsoon, the Devil's Chord. And we saw a bit of that in the trailer where there's literally chords of music wrapped around Millie Gibson's character, Ruby Sunday. Isn't it Ruby Sunday? Yeah, I keep saying Ruby Tuesday. Just remember that? I used to always say Ruby Tuesday. It's Ruby Sunday. I'm second guessing myself now. So that one is written again by RTD and directed by Ben Chessel. So he's wrote the first two episodes. So the first two episodes that drop when Doctor Who premieres are RTD episodes. So the next one then after that is called Boom, but it's written by Stephen Moffat and it's directed by Julie Ann Robertson. So Julie Ann Robertson, who's directing the Space Babies episode, is going to be directing this Stephen Moffat written story called Boom. Now, I've got to be quite honest with you. I am actually, look, I always knew that Stephen Moffat was going to come back to Doctor Who. It was only when it was going to happen, right? But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the Stephen Moffat episode. I'm not going to lie. For the simple reason is, I think if we all go back and rewind the clock back to 2005, the best episodes probably in the RTD's first season as showrunner were Stephen Moffat episodes. We had The Empty Child, wasn't it? The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. So Stephen Moffat can write stories, guys, that have appealed to us all. And I think Doctor Who fans would be lying if they said that they're not a little bit curious to see what Stephen Moffat has to offer this time round. You never know. What he could give us could be far superior than what we've gotten so far. And again, you know, this could go two ways for RTD, right? This could show that, well, RTD is completely, you know, not up to the job, but maybe Stephen Moffat is. Remember, Disney, Bad Wolf Studios might be in on board on this, but this is Disney money. And, you know, maybe when Disney saw how the specials did, they went into panic mode and they wanted Stephen Moffat back. Because a lot of people are saying, oh, that, you know, the fourth season would have been already written and Stephen Moffat was already there. But I don't look, I'm going to say something. I don't actually necessarily think that's true. What could have happened was they could have brought Stephen Moffat in to write an episode. He probably even had one. So I wouldn't be too shocked if we found out later down the line that Stephen Moffat did only come on board and he was able to put together a story, or he had a story in mind. So the next one, again, is written by RTD. So RTD is writing, so far RTD has written 4 episodes out of an 8 episode season. So over half of the episodes are RTD so far. And this one is called 73 Yards. And it's written, as I said, by RTD. And it's directed by Dylan Holmes Williams. I will say this. You know, the complaint that I had for the Chris Chibnall era was some of the titles were absolutely ridiculous. I have to say, these titles are just simple. They're just, there you go, you know. And I kind of do like that because, you know, 73 yards could mean literally is 73 yards of what? You know what I mean? It's interesting. But again, it's written by RTD. And then we've got Dot and Bubble, which again is directed by Dylan Holmes Williams and written by RTD. So maybe that's a 2-parter and they've got the same director for that. Or maybe they are 2 separate episodes. But very interesting there. So Dot and Bubble is the next one after 73 Yards. Written by RTD, directed by Dylan Holmes Williams. Very interesting. 73 Yards of Meeting Ruby Sunday's birth mum. Oh, the church scene. Yeah, that would actually, do you know what? That would actually make sense, Michael. Well done. I never thought, that's very clever. Let's see what people are saying before we move on to the next one, because some people have wrote in some comments there. So you know me, I don't like leaving out user comments. So let's see what people have had to say. So Space Babies and Dot and Bubble are the worst titles, says Bobby D at 75. Yeah, I would go with that with the titles that we've gotten so far. Yes. And as I said, the time scales is driving at the moment, so we be careful. Yeah, but you see videos. I was watching fails, you know, the best fails of 2023 last night, and Jesus, there was a lot of car videos, especially in America and Canada and stuff, and the accidents. And most of these accidents are just like how, like, I watched one where a truck it just lost control or something, must have busted a tire or something, but it flipped up on top of the roof of someone's house. The way it was crazy. We got Garbage in the chat as well. Michael says the Devil's Card Oh my God. I mean, it's a good title. It's a good title. I mean, it's just, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, Jinx Monsoon has been in the news recently because they've changed their name now, and people have the name that they're using, I think, is a Greek goddess or something got to do with women and stuff like this. I mean, just, you know what I mean? It's every day with them. And now April, by the way, the month of April is now Gapril. Gapril. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Gapril. So the whole month of April now. So they had 145 days. We had on the month of April now. What does that bring it up to? The whole calendar in a few years' time. We're not going to have any holidays, folks, of our own, right? We're done. Because, the poor unfortunate, the small minority, the poor unfortunates there, apparently everybody ignores them, and we don't respect them and stuff like that. The thing is, respect is earned. And if you want people to treat you nice and kind, you've got to treat people nice and kind in return. But when that visibility day that you had, you went around and you were threatening straight people, like, that's not going to help you our cause, when you go around harassing people. I'm curious about the Moffat story and the dinosaur one. The dinosaur one I'm looking forward to, because I have to say those effects look absolutely mind-blowing. For Doctor Who, this thing is going to look lovely, right? It's going to look absolutely beautiful. I don't think we're going to complain about that. We're never going to complain about that. I think this is genuinely going to look good. But let's be honest, a lot of Disney Plus stuff looks good, but it's not great. And this is where Doctor Who has to be different. The writing has to be up to par. So let's hope, we got a Stephen Moffat episode in there, but so far the rest of them are RTD stories. So let's hope that RTD ups his game, because what he gave us so far, let's be honest, I think for me especially, I was expecting a lot more. It wasn't really a 60th anniversary. I do know that there are people in the chat like Timescales who enjoyed the specials and stuff like that. I did enjoy Wild Blue Yonder. I've got to say, I'm not going to go back on that. I found that episode interesting and the concepts interesting, but it was stuff that was done before, so he has to bring something new to the table, I believe. Brisk says, I know better than to hope. I'm making my own stuff now. And yeah, look, I would encourage fans to do their own stuff as well. The more Doctor Who content out there is, the better, right? Unfortunately, it's a pity that the people that are in charge of our TV show haven't treated it well over the years. But let's hope. Look, I'm not setting myself up. My expectations are really low now at this stage, right? But the bottom line is, if he can surprise me and put a smile on my face again while I'm watching Doctor Who, and I get some good stories, I'm happy. I'm happy. As people were saying, when the message becomes more important than the character development and story development, then you've lost your audience. You have to engage your audience, and you engage your audience by writing good stories and developing interesting characters. Garber says, well, Moffat has always had good episodes, but I didn't have RTD, BBC and Disney over him before. Well, you are right about that. But Moffat has always tried to fight back against that. Now, you are right. He probably won't. He won't have any power, actually, because obviously he's coming in as a guest writer. But I think Moffat will just do what he does best. He'll give us a story that will be like, what the hell? It will. I know. Look, I don't think he's going to let us down. I don't think Moffat has lost it anyway. He's done some. Okay, he did that whole, what was it, the Dracula thing after he left, and it was a bit wokey, right, or whatever. But he's been doing other stuff since then, and it's been actually pretty decent enough. So, you know. Right, so the next one after Dot and Bubble, I should say, is called Rogue, and it's written by Kate Herron and Bryony Redman, and it's directed by Ben Chesel. So Ben is directing another episode. So he has 2. Dylan Holmes Williams has 2, and Julie Ann Robertson has 2. So he's got the 3 directors so far that are doing 2 episodes each. And he hasn't written this one either. So that's the second episode that's not written by RTD. Then the next episode after that, which kind of made me a bit, I kind of cringed over this one though. The Legend of Ruby Sunday. And the only reason why I say that, because I brought it up about the fact that, we need to stop making, for Rose, it was understandable that they made it about the companion and stuff like that. But we need to stop making all of these companions super important, right? Can we not just get a companion, whether it's from time, an alien, or whatever, that just is just a companion? There's nothing, they don't have this big dark secret or something, or they're the center of the universe. Like, I'm kind of sick of that trope now. So this one is written again by RTD, and it's directed by Jamie Donahue. Now, Jamie Donahue actually does the next episode as well. So he has a set of directors that he's given 2 episodes each to. And the last episode that we will have is Empire of Death, written by RTD and directed by Jamie Donahue. So he directs the last 2 episodes, Jamie Donahue, The Legend of Ruby Sunday and Empire of Death, both written by RTD. So this is definitely RTD heavy. Now the rumor is that Moffat is actually writing for the Christmas special as well. So when the season ends with the Empire of Death, then the Christmas special is supposed to be written by Stephen Moffat, but we'll have to wait. So there's just a few things to say here. So in the Julie Ann Robertson directed Space Babies is Golda Rusheville. I'm saying that wrong. I apologize. The Queen Charlotte Bridgerton story, who joins Doctor Who as Jocelyn, who the Doctor and Ruby collide with in their first adventure in the TARDIS. RTD added, it's been amazing to see the whole world appreciate Golda's talents because of Bridgerton, and now it's been an absolute joy to invite her to Cardiff to help launch Shuey and Millie's first season. Rounding out the explosive double bill is previously announced Jinx Monsoon, who stars in The Devil's Cord, the Doctor's most powerful enemy yet. In the episode, the Doctor and Ruby step back to the 60s to meet the Beatles. Oh, Jesus, I'm going to hate this episode. I don't like the Beatles, by the way, so that's why I'm just saying I won't like the episode. So if there's any Beatles music in it, I'm going to be already pissed. New episodes will then debut weekly across BBC iPlayer, BBC One, and outside of the UK on Disney Plus, we're available with the Stephen Moffat penned adventure Boom up next, followed by 73 Yards, Dot and Bubble, Rogue, and a massive a two-part finale spread across 2 weeks titled The Legend of Ruby Sunday and The Empire of Death. Over the rest of the season, there are an array of brilliant guest stars jumping on board the TARDIS, and you know who they are. I'm not going to read every single one of the names out because I can't be arsed. They joined the previously announced guest casts, and all of those people are named in it. I don't really care. Blah, blah, blah. So we have loads of guest stars. We've got loads of interesting titles. RTD is writing most of the episodes. There's a Stephen Moffat episode in there. And obviously it's been confirmed that the finale is 2 parts. So it'll probably, at the end of the first part, there'll be a cliffhanger. Then we'll have to wait a week, guys. And then we get the last part then. And it'll be very interesting to see. Now, come here. Just one more thing on the whole Millie Gibson situation. I don't think she's gone. I think this is part of the plan. Whatever he's doing with her character, she's definitely going to be coming back, because there's been plenty of hints, and I'm starting to think that she hasn't left or she hasn't been fired. I know there are some reporting out there that they believe she's being fired, and I said, it is strange, the whole situation. We gave a bunch of scenarios, what it could be. Even I did even suggest then at the time that maybe she's gone for a while, like Friedman did when she came on board season 3, and then like she disappeared for a while, and then she was brought back season 4. So there's something there. I think. I don't think she's gone. Right, let's see. Michael says more like Dot and Woke. Well, we don't know, but I like that joke. Hello all, says YW2324. Welcome. Brisk. These titles honestly tell me everything I need to know. I personally like the Devil's Cord title. Yeah, I like the title. Let's hope the episode is good, but for 73 yards, it has to be a thriller about 73-yard drop or stuck 73 yards underwater. Says Garbage. And then just bringing up about the failed car videos. Yeah, when I was watching me fails. The car fail video. Oh, they're mad. Some people can't drive here in America. I have to agree. I do be shocked. I'm not saying that we don't have car accidents here. Of course we do. But Jesus, man. I mean, your car accidents just can't be normal car accidents. Little fender benders or little, you accidentally, took the wrong turn, and you bumped into something. Now these are full blown like cars spinning, like the movie, like you see in the movies. Like you do everything bigger, even car crashes. The worst drivers in the US are Houston and Los Angeles. Well, remind me to stay away from Houston and Los Angeles if I ever go to Houston and Los Angeles. The Devil's Cord and the Empire of Death are two the most Doctor Who titles here. I would have to agree with you. The dinosaur one looks amazing. It does look amazing. I mean, the series is going to look amazing, but it's got to look more than amazing. Let's be honest, folks. We've had amazing before. Right, time to give away, as I said, YouTube, because the next month now. So YouTube gives me 10 memberships to gift. So I'm about to gift 5 of those memberships now. So good luck to anybody who manages to get one. So here we go, gifting now. And here we go. Who have we got? Redhead Redemption, Cybermass Strikes, Irish Raider, Carl Goddard, and Ramu Grey Wolf. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people there. Yeah. So there we go. It's random. Cybermass Strikes, we know. As for the rest of them, I haven't seen the rest of them in the chat. So that happens as well. But as I said, we'll gift another 5 very soon before the end of this stream. The dinosaur one is the Space Babies. Well, let's hope it's more than just Space Babies then, isn't it? But look, well, what can you do? I mean, he's given mixed signals, RTD. He says it's not for kids, but he has kids in it. I mean, it's a bit, I don't know. I wonder what alien creature Ruby turns into after stepping on the butterfly. Yeah. Wild Blue Yonder was my favourite out of them. It wasn't bad, yeah. Wild Blue Yonder is probably up there, yeah, with the best one. Rogue sounds interesting. Rogue is going to be the worst of all of them, says Garbage. 2 activist writers from Loki, no thanks. Well, actually, you know, me and Cheryl watched Loki and we actually pretty enjoyed Loki. I actually didn't get all of the fuss of why people were giving out. But look, as I said, we all have different opinions anyway. Was Love and Monsters a better title? Can't decide. Well, I love Love and Monsters. A lot of people give that episode stick, but I actually think there's more to that episode than Peter Kay as an alien, the way he looked, the Azorbeloff. There was a lot more depth to that episode, and I think it does be missed because of the whole Peter Kay Azorbeloff episode. And obviously the little weird part at the end where his girlfriend turned into a slate. You know, but other than that was a very deep episode. I think it's kind of missed because it's a bit tongue-in-cheek as well. But I love Love and Monsters, and I always defend it. It's one of my favourite episodes to watch, got to be honest. It's always listen, if I was to do a top 10 David Tennant list, Love and Monsters is in there. I'm not saying it's number 1 or it's anywhere near the top 5, but it's in my top 10 list. No one should ever have to say the first episode not written by RTD. There needs to be a team of writers, not just one dude with his own agendas. I agree with the timescales there, and this is the issue that we're probably going to have with RTD's era, is the fact that, you know, it is one man writing most of the episodes, which would mean his beliefs, his agendas will be inserted into the show. Timescale says, great stream. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that as well. As I said, it does be a pleasure streaming with you on Brendan's channel. I actually like that panel. There's a good mix of opinions on that panel. I tried Loki. Now, what about Fear Whore? I'm not a big fan of Fear Whore, got to be honest, but I do like the title. But I wasn't a huge fan of that. I mean, there's a lot of that episode I do like. It's just that Narky Owl one, you know, feed me, all of that other. Oh no, that's not that one. That's the other one. Fair Horse, the Olympics one, isn't it? Yeah, the Idiot's Lantern is that one. Sorry. Yeah, I don't like that one because, you know, like, Chloe is annoying. I'm sorry, but if my daughter acted like that, man, you know, like, I'd send her away to boarding school or something. But I didn't. Yeah, Fair Horse is a great title, but the episode, do you know what? It was a great concept. the scribble thing was a great concept, and the child's drawings kind of coming to life because she was drawing the people outside, right? That was a great concept, right? But they kind of, because obviously the UK were holding the Olympics at the time, and by the way, you did a great job. Nobody can deny that. The Olympic Games in UK were actually decent, believe it or not. But yous were so, yous were all gearing up to that. Yous were so basically, he decided to do that episode within the whole getting ready for the Olympics kind of thing and stuff. And I don't think it worked well. If you had to took the Olympics out of it and maybe made Chloe less annoying, you could have got away with it. But Idiots Larton is another one as well that I like a lot of. I get confused with the two, but that one I like. But again, great concept with the faces being and kind of like the souls being sucked out of them by an entity or whatever. But it's your woman that plays that entity. She's just so fucking annoying. Vampires in Venice, I really loved that. I love Vampires in Venice for a lot of reasons. It's Matt Smith's. Matt Smith is so awkward in that. And actually, the lady vampires, most of them were Irish. So yeah. So I remember at the time we were kind of like, yay, we got Irish people in Doctor Who. Of course, we've always had some Irish people in Doctor Who, because we're neighbours. But look, some of those titles are interesting to say the least. It does pique your curiosity. Now, Millie Gibson did say this. She says, I'm so excited when I get the scripts through, especially the first script I read. I thought this is on a different level. It feels like a Black Mirror episode to me. Now, I'm going to say this, right? If it's like a Black Mirror episode, right, I will enjoy that because I did like Black Mirror. Well, I like the early seasons of Black Mirror. So if it's something like that, I'll actually be down with. Do you know what? Because I've always said the person who was a Charlie Brooker, isn't it? That's behind Black Mirror should have probably been brought in to write for Doctor Who. I think that would be absolutely sensational, in my opinion. But it would never. I don't think it would ever materialize. But could you imagine Charlie Brooker actually doing a Doctor Who episode? Oh my God. It'd be very interesting anyway, to say the least. I have no idea why, but Chloe Webber's whispering really great. That's what it was. That's what it was. And to be quite honest with you, she wasn't likable. Like, she actually wasn't likable. Like, they didn't even try to make her likable. She just came across as a spoiled little brat. Instead of making her a child that, obviously her dad was abusive. You could have handled it or written it slightly differently to kind of reflect that. But you kind of made her just all bratty and stuff. There's more to it. There's more emotion and layers of emotion and feeling. Black Mirror, all different episodes. Yeah, I know, but if he came in to do one episode, like it'd be interesting. That's all I'm saying. But I do agree with you. They are different stories, and the early stories were great. Vincent and the Doctor, I bloody cried in that one. Damn, fully justified though. Actually, I will agree with you on that one, because when you see the happiness of him and he realizes that his work, he's going to be remembered, you Amy does honestly believe that's going to help, right? But unfortunately for Amy, what she probably doesn't realize at that stage is some parts of history cannot be rewritten. So when she goes back and she realizes that he still died, right? But then the doctor points out, oh, look, he put for Amy. So it may not have made a difference in the fact that this outcome was still the same, but for that brief moment, they gave him a purpose. And I agree. That is upsetting. You do. You because you feel sorry for Amy. You feel sorry for because Vincent was written well. Your man that played Vincent, he made us fall in love with Vincent Van Gogh. Simple as that. And it was well acted. So yeah, that does get very emotional. And not really creepy every week. Jodie's episode, which I didn't like, was about her having an affair, and it was caught on someone's eye recorder. Actually, do you know what? The Jodie episode I didn't actually mind, because for the simple fact of the matter is that, like, our character was just so horrible. Like, she was cheating on her husband. Like, do you know what I mean? But what's interesting about that is the concepts. Eventually that may be a bloody thing, and it probably already is. I just haven't seen it myself personally. But if you could start, saving your memories like that, do you know what I mean? Then you're opening yourself up to all sorts of things of being hacked and stuff like that. That's why I look at no technology is ever going into my body. Simple as that. No chips, no fucking receivers, nothing. Nothing. Right? I'll do things the old fashioned way. If people want to move on like that and to become proper, like the Cyberman episode, the parallel, if you want to become a bunch of drones, well, we already are, or well, they already are, I suppose. But if you want to go that extra step, you go ahead. I will stay independent. Thank you very much. Away from technology. Listen, I've seen Terminator 2. Right? I've seen what happens when AI and all of this other stuff takes over. iRobot was another example. Get away. Right? You are playing with fire. Yeah, I don't think fans, though, Michael, would while I think it'd be it'd be a great choice, but he'd have to have his team of writers, because I agree with the time scales. You've got to have a writer's room. You've got to go back to that far. You need to have a group of writers, not one person in charge. Simple as that. I wish they do Doctor Who episodes that are like the BBC or Virgin Adventure books. Some of these storylines were creepy or had amazing ideas. Well, look, we're not far away. Another month. We're in April already. So we're not far away. And, we're going to find out exactly if RTD can deliver. Because if he doesn't, look, if the first two episodes don't do great, by the time it gets to the Stephen Moffat episode, I think you'll get people to tune in because it's Stephen Moffat. But I think after his episode, then I think you're going to see a huge drop. I really do. And it'll be such a shame. So RTD has to up his game from what he produced as specials, and if he does that, then he gives Stephen Moffat a better chance anyway with his story, and gives himself a better chance then moving forward. You know, he really has to listen. I know some of is, you know, and I'm at this stage myself. It would be best if this show was rested, but it's not going to be. So, you know, I've got to hope that they do that they do something with it. That doesn't damage it any further. And look, even if they put out bang average episodes, right? But there's not much messaging in it, and they're just not great stories. You know, we're not going to complain too much. I mean, we'll complain that they are not great, but we won't be complaining that the shows get totally obliterated by the message and all of this, right? That's the best you can really hope for, is to hope that maybe 1 week we'll get a decent episode, right? But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. This show should have been rested after Chibs. Simple as that. But it's not. And that's the sad reality that we're in. So we've got less than a month, I think, or a month to go. And we will find out what the future holds for Doctor Who very quickly. And I really do hope it works. I do. I really hope it works, for the simple fact is, you know, it's going to be on TV for a few more years, whether we like it or not. So, you know, if you're gonna continue to do the show, well then let's hope they do the best by it, because it'd be, as I said, if it's dragged through the mud for 2-3 years, you know, it's going to be dragged through anyway, at least 2. But if Disney decide that after the 2 seasons they want to continue, then we just have to sit back. There's nothing we can do, right? Because look at Star Wars fans. They've been fighting, trying to get rid of Kathleen Kennedy for years, right? We even had some big YouTubers out there claiming that she was gone for years, and it never happened, right? It never happened. No matter how much money Disney lose, for some weird reason, they're able to continue with the same thing. They've lost more money with the Indiana Jones movie, right? It became a flop. They lost money on that. And they're going to have a few more hits coming with the movies that they're releasing as well. But it hasn't changed them, right? They've had Star Wars shows, right? They've been throwing them out, right? Left, right, and centre. It doesn't matter how crap or poor they are, they still continue to churn them out. And this is what will happen with Doctor Who. So this is why, you know, I'm just saying I want this to be a success, because if it's a success, then it means then we don't have to worry, right? Okay, and we're getting told good stories, and we can get behind it. Because I don't want to, look, it's worse than Star Wars anyway. As I said, you can fix Star Wars. Doctor Who's a completely different animal, right? And, you know, Doctor Who's running out of lives right now. So it can't afford another poor season, is what I'm saying. Brandon from the Sandsphere thinking Zootek could be in the final. Could be Jinx Monsoon playing Zootek. Just going to throw it out there. RTD likes to throw a spanner in the works. Anyway, I'm going to throw out another, the last 5 memberships for this month. It doesn't matter. It seems like even if you're not in the stream, it just gives them to whoever. So I'm going to give the last 5 now. So there's 5 to give away. So user names will pop up. So let's hope it's some of the regulars. And the next 5 memberships are Zip, Taurus 707, unidentified, and someone called Paul McDermott. That's only 4. Where's the 5th one? 1, 2. Bobby's name is green as well. I don't know if you got one there, Bobby, because I think you were already a member. But I only see 4 there, so I don't know what's all on. Where's the 5th one? No, it's not saying. So whoever the 5th one is must be someone that's want me to know. That's a bit unusual. Don't forget to like the stream, folks, if you don't mind. It helps with the algorithm, you know, use ourselves. But yeah, that's weird. It normally comes up to 5 names, unless Bobby. I know Bobby is a member, so I don't know why. Unless someone got an extra month onto their membership, I think sometimes that happens as well. So that could be the case. But I do hate the way YouTube just makes them random. I should be able to give them to people that I think deserve them, you know? Yeah, I knew you were a member. So only 4 came up there. So whoever the 5th person is, well done. But again, I've never seen any of these people in the chat. So interesting, to say the least. But as I said, don't forget to hit that like button for me, guys. And subscribe if you haven't already, of course. And as I said, we will have the movies on tomorrow, Brewster's Millions. So come and join us for that. That'll be at 7 p.m. So that's the movie tomorrow night for members only. And we will do an afternoon stream tomorrow for about an hour, and we'll just talk about random stuff, I suppose. We'll see, because there's not much in the way. Because I don't want to talk about the trailer until I get the 2 guys on Friday. So yeah, that's what I mean. I knew you've been a member, so it's a bit weird that the 5th name didn't come up. But hey, it doesn't matter. So there you go. So 10 next month now, folks. 10 memberships to give away next month. So yeah, as I said, it doesn't really matter if you're in the chat or not. But let's hope it starts giving it to the regulars. That'd be nice. Michael says, "See you later." No problem, pal. No problem. Have a good evening. And we're gonna wrap it up there anyway, folks, because you know I just wanted to come on and just talk about the titles and just give me opinion on stuff. But she is on the latest. Millie Gibson is on the latest issue of Doctor Who magazine, and as I said, I don't really think that she has been sacked. And I think we might see more of Millie Gibson in the future, and I think it's being written that way. It'll be interesting, though, to see what happens. I've got to be honest. I do, again, I'll say it again as we're getting closer, but I do wish Millie and Shooty the best. It is a difficult one. It's a difficult time in the fandom. It's a difficult time for the show. And they are being thrust into the limelight, and a lot of focus is going to be on the 2 of them coming up, and maybe there's a little bit more focus on them than there would be because of the previous era, but they've got to hit the ground running, and they've got to deliver, and I hope they do. I wish them the best. There is a way for a channel. Hold on. What's that? Comment by. Hold on. There is a way for a channel mod to give out gift subscriptions. Right, well, how come I can't do it if I'm the, do you know what I mean? If I'm the channel creator, should I not be able to pick and choose? Because it doesn't actually give me that option. Like, I know members can actually gift other members memberships, but they have to buy them, obviously. But I didn't know that. Right, that's weird. We'll have to look into that, see if I can do it. But it's not giving me that option. That's why I'd love that option myself, so I can give it to people that I know that have been with me a long time that actually deserve it, you know. But it doesn't matter. Even the new ones, we welcome them anyway. It'll be interesting to see if any of them come into the streams. Maybe you might get people interested. So, you know, I can't really complain. So, you know. Interesting. But we'll look into that. Yeah, I think they pay for them time scales. I think they buy memberships because Chris Persia has actually bought a few for people in here as well. And he's been able to gift memberships. You go to the $ or something on the chat there on YouTube, and then it tells you can gift, I think it's 5, 10, 50 or whatever it is. All comic book live streams give me a free sub all the time. Yeah, well, as I said, I'll look into it. I'm not really tech savvy, but as I said, the option doesn't come up there for me on this Chromebook. So, and I've tried it on the mobile phone as well. So, yeah, but we'll look into it. But look at folks, yeah. As I said, there's there's 10 gifted there today, and we will be obviously 10 next month again as usual. And stuff like that. Yeah. Have a great day and cheers from California. You too, mate. You too. Enjoy the rest of your day or the rest of your afternoon and evening. And that goes for the rest of you guys. We're coming up to the hour mark now, so 58 minutes there. So we'll call it there. But do join me tomorrow for those streams. And then on Friday, we'll have Brendan from the Sensephere and a Cinnamon Toast Crunch, who also has his own channel as well. So check that out as well. And check out the Timescales channel. You will see there's some classic Doctor Who stuff gone up there as well. So go and check it out and give him a sub as well. If you please. Thank you very much. And to all the other usual regulars out there, you know who they are. If you haven't subscribed to them by now, you know, why haven't you? But here's your chance to do it now. So go and subscribe to them. Oh, before I go, I'm going to chat with the Sensephere, says Michael. That's absolutely fantastic. NASA Space Flight channel gives memberships to every visitor. And the time scale says cheers. I'll look into that. There's obviously people. If Chris Persia was here, because he mods on a lot of channels, and he'd know if you can actually do that. Because as I said, him and PD, they mod on several channels out there. They don't just mod on mine. Yeah. Early today, so Chris is probably busy, so he'd normally be in the chat. So he'd probably watch later on and see that we've mentioned this. He'll probably tell me if there is a way of doing this. So we'll sort it out, as I said. But I'm back tomorrow, folks. So enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll say have a good day. It's a bit cloudy here, no rain yet, but that's, you know, apparently it's to rain all week. so we're told. But so much for the global boiling nonsense. Anyway, have a good one, folks. Bye bye, and I'll see you for the next one.